Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Disaster. Hey, it is what it is. I will explain you in a second what the technical problems are and were. I think I solved them. Siamo qui, Derby d'Italia, Inter-Juve. It will be in Serie A the 180th time that we play against Inter. We have the advantage because we won so many more times than Inter won against us. We won 86 times, they won 48. We drew 45 times. I will explain you in that video, in the pre-game of Inter-Juve, how the game will go because I already know. I know the result, I know how we will play, I know what the idea of MATIAS SOULÉ could be. I know a lot of things. Hopefully I'm wrong because I don't think I have beautiful news for you. But anyway, I will try to explain you what I have in my mind. We'll speak about the last updated lineups, at least the one that we received from Romeo Agresti. Let me know if the sound is good, if the image is good. I know that I didn't turn on the lights in the back, so we will go with that. And this is already something that we just fixed, at least. I'm a bit shaky here, a disaster. I explained the technical problem in a second before starting saying hello to all the people. Well, what happened is yesterday I bought a PlayStation 5. I had a lot of things because always I have to rearrange, I have to fix, to put in my computer to be able to stream and so on and so on. But taking away the camera, changing, it was a disaster. I didn't try my camera, and when I wanted to go up, well, the camera was not working. So you were able to hear me but not see me. This is good. We fixed it, and now we can speak about the Derby d'Italia, Inter-Juve. What are your feelings, my friends? Are you scared? Are you happy? Are you confident? Are you stressed? Are you pumped up? What do you think about the lineup? If the lineup is correct, I want to know all your opinions because in a few hours, that's what we will do. Inter-Juve in the Giuseppe Meazza. Speaking about Giuseppe, thank you to for the message from Anthony Trimboli that is saying, Beppe, attenzione, what is happening here? Why can't we see the message? I don't see here the message from Anthony Trimboli. Why? I have no idea. Wait. Why can't you see them? Ah, we are back. No, disaster. I told you, so some problems, but here we are. Anthony is telling me, Beppe, happy Saint Giuseppe, happy San Giuseppe to you and all the Giuseppe that we have in the chat and out there. I hope you are able to celebrate with a nice coffee and pastry. Not too much pastry, especially not today. I just ate, so thank you. But yeah, it's San Giuseppe in the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. Ciao to Sasha, ciao to LGG, to Zlatko. Beppe, serious question. The amount of live shows will be directly affected by your new toy, PS5. Yes, except that I always have to change the things, and that's always the annoying part. But except of that, yeah, it could be. Finally, Soulé behind Dusan Vlahovic. This can only be a good day from Softic. Siler Z, ciao Beppe, I am happy. Name day, and happy name day to you and all the Giuseppe here on the channel. Anthony Trimboli, I want to destroy Inter, but I have a feeling that Inter is more focused on the Coppa Italia semi-final against Earth Raider than today. I don't believe so. Just wanted to drop a like and say ciao because he needs to go to the church with the wife to pray for a Juve win. Ciao to Henry, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Ciao Vittorio, ciao Daniel Perrone, good morning Beppe, ciao a tutti, ciao Sasha, ciao Steve Slick, Bogdan, did someone said live because Beppe is late, I am late. Ciao to RB Comes, to Emiliano, happy St. Joseph Day. Ciao Elias, ciao Beppe, helicopter no for a 0-0. He already guessed a bit the idea I had, so I will tell you immediately what I think it will be. 2-1 for Juve is Emiliano Berardi prediction. Daniel Perrone, I'm pumped up for today's game. Hopefully Soulé has a great game today. Okay, so if we go to the possible lineups, we have Szczesny into the goal. We have a confirmation of Gatti in that three-man's defense. Bremer in the middle, Danilo on the left, Captain Danilo. 5 men in the middle, Kostic. We have the trio in the midfield, and it cannot be otherwise than the one that we have. We have Fagioli, Locatelli, Rabiot. Nunes on the right side, which is MATIAS SOULÉ. Up front, we have Dusan Vlahovic on top, and right behind him, we have MATIAS SOULÉ. Mattias Soulé. Okay, Mattias Soulé. And that's a good question. Because if we see the Mattias Soulé that we want, the one that entered in Sampdoria, the one that entered in multiple games, why not? Why not? Why not? If we see a Mattias Soulé a la Kulusevski on Brozovic, today it will not be Brozovic but Çalhanoğlu, but if we see Mattias Soulé on Çalhanoğlu, I don't know if we will be able to see the splendid skills and possibilities of our number 30, the 19 years old boy from Argentina. And that's my first question. Because if the tactical plan is to put, and we saw it with Allegri, guys, a lot of time this season, when Di Maria, when Chiesa are not able to play, when you don't have that offensive power up front, well, Max Allegri went with an extra midfielder to play that double role of giving support to the midfield and trying to be the link with Dusan Vlahovic. A lot of times, when it was not working, it resulted in a compact, solid, but also stacked midfield with too many men in that midfield, a bit of confusion there, and by consequences, isolated the striker, that it was Milik, Moise Kean, or Vlahovic, whoever. And that's a problem. So depending what kind of role Mattias Soulé received, that can be or a good game for him, the start of the career, not the goal versus Sampdoria, but this game. In a full San Siro, Giuseppe Meazza, whatever you want to call it, for Inter it's Giuseppe Meazza, in their stadium, a full. It's a sign of trust, attenzione, it's a sign of trust, but it also tells us that Chiesa and Di Maria, they are not fit to start the game, one, and that we have no idea how many minutes they have. Do they have 45 minutes? Do they have 30? Do they have 15? Do they have minutes in their legs? Because that's also a funny question. Di Maria is there on the bench to scare Inter, to scare Inzaghi, because he doesn't know about the physical condition of Chiesa and Di Maria. The question that we are asking to ourselves, you and me guys, about the condition, the minutes of our two stars, Simone Inzaghi is asking exactly the same. When can they enter? Can they enter at the 60th and change the game? Can they enter at the 75th? Will they be able to enter? What should I do with my changes? Should I wait? Should I play them? Should I take away immediately one of my players that has a yellow card or not? So I believe it's also a chess game. And that's why Soulé is starting, because Miretti, he didn't travel with the team because he was not at 100%. Small injury, we will see him back after the international break. No way and no sense to risk him. And the same thing we can say about Arkadiusz Milik. No way and no sense to risk him. He was much better. He's doing much better, but he's not ready yet to risk him. So Milik and Miretti are not there. Who is another possibility there up front? Well, it could have been Fagioli with Barrenechea. That can be the magic tool, the magic tool. But I think we go really with Soulé. Then the question is, what do we do? I think the game will be like that. Juventus for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, they will play. What is this? Kostic, De Sciglio dropping down, with only Kostic being able to go up. Let me open the tactical pad that, of course, I didn't prepare today. I wanted to prepare it, but I'm a bit late. And then I will read all your comments, what you are thinking about the game, the lecture of the game, how you are reading the game, because that's super important. So we go to landscape. Hopefully everything is good here. BT is nervous. BT is nervous. I can understand. I am super nervous. For a game like that, I'm super nervous. So Bonucci is on the bench. What is happening? Bonucci is on the bench. Bremer will be pushed here. Gatti confirmed. And he earns that starting spot after his performance versus Freiburg. Fagioli will be here. Miretti is at home. Rabiot, Fagioli, De Sciglio, Kostic, and then you have Locatelli. Donde sta Locatelli? Locatelli here. Okay, and then you miss one, and it is Mattias Soulé. Okay, if we are looking like that, what I believe will be 60 minutes of De Sciglio dropping, Danilo going a bit more here, and everyone is moving until De Sciglio plays here. That can be the first lecture of the game, with De Sciglio dropping down. Of course, if Inter starts with a lot of possession, we go towards this. And that can be a problem. And that can be a real serious problem, because if we do that, you can be sure that Vlahovic will be here and not here. And that's already a first problem. So what I think is that for the first part of the game, De Sciglio will give some support below. Kostic will stay a bit more higher. And then you have a Locatelli that will play as a real, but really, real, it's a bit like this. Will play as a real defensive regista. Don't expect from Locatelli today too many magic, too much invention, too much initiatives offensively. So that can be the plan of today. With Soulé, that plays a bit more on the right side, and Vlahovic here. Doing like this for 60 minutes can be dangerous, because if Inter scores, we have a problem. From the start of the game, we have a problem. We will try defensively to be really strong, being alert, being defensive. I'm not telling you that's what I would do. I'm not telling you that's what I want. I'm telling you that's how I read the game with the men that are here. And that's why you have De Sciglio and not Cuadrado. In the second half, after 65 minutes, when Inter starts to be a bit more tired, when they will open a bit, when they will start to be open, when the game will be longer. In Italian we say I due squadre sono più lunghe. When the two teams are a bit longer, when you don't have that focus, that mental energy to be 100% focused, I believe Soulé will go out. Chiesa will go in. I believe that De Sciglio will go out. I believe that Cuadrado will go in. And with Cuadrado, you start really going like this. Okay? And here, these players, well, Vlahovic will go here. And now, Juventus will go much higher from that moment, because Cuadrado will be a threat for Inter. Kostic will be a threat for Inter on the left, but not the only threat that would be in the beginning of the game. But here you see that Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Cuadrado and Kostic here, you change the game. This will be a total different second half. So Juventus, I can tell you, they will put MATIAS SOULÉ to be the man on Çalhanoğlu. We will not attack a lot. We will defend a lot, which is the game plan. It is what it is. And we will put our bets on the 65th, 70th minute on. If Di Maria is fit, he can enter and he can do something. Julian Dos Santos, first opinion, is telling us, Beppe, I believe if this is the case and we will let Inter play for 60 minutes, it will hurt us. Not a good idea. It's dangerous. It's a big risk. I would not really do it, but I don't see any other... Look, guys, seriously, if we go back, taking away, bam, bam. But it's not because we don't want to, It's also because we can't. Di Maria and Chiesa are not there. So Soulé, I'm sure he would not have played if Miretti was there. If you have a De Sciglio that is starting, the plan is clear. Guys, if you understand a bit Allegri, if you follow a bit football, if you understand a bit of tactics, De Sciglio is not your right winger that is really offensive. Kostic is. And we saw it multiple times. When you put a Cuadrado on, that means that you also want to give an alternative on the right side. That means that you want to alternate your left and your right side of the field. If you don't put them, that means that Soulé will be, De Sciglio will be here, lower. And what we want with De Sciglio is asking to Kostic not to drop back too much. This is why De Sciglio is there. Not dropping back Kostic too much. Then, what can happen in possession, and if we want to play, if that's the task that Allegri is giving to their men, I believe that fast you can go towards this. Look at Rabiot, how we will start. When we have the possession, if Rabiot is starting on the right side, that means that Fagioli will play a bit more offensive. Locatelli, Rabiot, Fagioli will go up, Soulé will go there. And that's the plan. Let's put De Sciglio here. Okay? So that means that you attack on the left side with Kostic. You give support to Soulé with Fagioli that will go up. Soulé will be able to create in that space and to try to dialogue with Vlahovic. If we see this in ball possession, that means that Juventus, they want to do, and I believe that Rabiot will be the key. Where will he be when we have the ball possession? Because in the game, they change. Non-possession, possession, non-possession, possession. It's not like, it's easier to do on the field when you have a really great communication. In ball possession, what is happening? Locatelli drops down. They invert Rabiot and Fagioli with Soulé that will be on Çalhanoğlu. He will take care of Çalhanoğlu, and then you have this. That goes really pretty fast, with Kostic always remaining the thread here. But no, sorry guys, it's because of the Sampdoria game. My bad. We never pay attention to the goalkeepers. Well done, sir, to remind me. So this is, I believe, how we will start. And it's not really the intention of, in an ideal world. In the ideal world, you have Di Maria starting, you have Chiesa starting with Dusan Vlahovic, you play with 3 offensive players up front. Or 2 with an extra midfielder there, but unfortunately this is not the case. Locatelli masterclass today. Defensively, I think he can. Offensively, I totally exclude it. I don't believe we will see some offensive Locatelli today, except of shots from the distance, which can happen. But I don't think that he will be the real offensive regista. He will take care more of stopping than otherwise. Kostic was the X factor against Inter in November. Who do you believe will be the X factor today? I believe Fagioli can be the X factor, not because of a goal or an assist or whatever. I believe in the first half, Fagioli can be, because he can be the one that will allow Juventus to think otherwise. To create, if he has the ball and if he's able to carry the ball a bit more up and giving the space to Soulé to unmarking himself a bit more on the right, to Dusan Vlahovic to do the correct movements in depth, I believe that Fagioli can be a real key today. Other than that, I believe that set pieces will be important for Juventus today. Unlocking the game with a set piece could be, for Juventus, really beneficial today. If we are able to score in the first 20-25 minutes, we can see something. Mr. Juventino, Beppe, do you think the first 11 could possibly transform in a 4-3-3? 5 in defense, 5-4-1 in defense, with Soulé more on the right side. Let's go and see. So a 4-3-3. Yeah, easy. Look, yes. You have that's why it depends how Juventus will have the ball possession and what they want to do. But one is not excluding the other one. Danilo taking care of the role of Alexandro is not really a problem, because he can do the 3-man defense. He can also play as a left back. We already saw that. De Sciglio will not go up. I believe if we want to draw a bit, because we have the possibility to draw, I paid this really a bit of money, so let's try to use it. But if we are going, I believe that De Sciglio stop, I will put it in red, offensively, will be here. Max. Here. That will be the zone of De Sciglio, with in blue where he's really supposed to be. I believe he will. That will be the zone of De Sciglio. Here is a stop. Here is the stop. Wow. Let's change the colors. Wait. I will put it like this, like Ah, this program sometimes is quite difficult to use. Huh? Okay, that will be the zone of De Sciglio here. His master zone, the red zone is where he can't go, and that's where De Sciglio will not be, and the blue zone is where he will be, and but trying not to go too much down. So that's the zone of De Sciglio. When you are watching the one of Kostic, I believe the zone of Kostic will be this. Will be this, and hopefully Kostic should not be here. Then we have a problem. If Kostic is there, it's a problem, guys. But Fagioli, if Fagioli is able, guys, to take care of that part of the field, and being able, Fagioli, to go up like that, that could be very beautiful for Fagioli. Huh? Bastoni should not be there. Skriniar at risk. We don't know. If we want to open, we can open them. Huh? The papers of today, guys. Tuttosport and Gazzetta dello Sport. Let's start with Gazzetta, because Gazzetta, we know that in terms of lineups, they are quite pretty sure of being correct. So I'm opening Gazzetta if they want to. That would be really nice. Here we go. Wait, because the television decided to go on. I will take down the television. Oh, we are back. So if we are looking at the disaster of Milan, by the way, because they lost yesterday. If we are looking at the lineups of Inter from Gazzetta dello Sport, let me put it on. Where is the zoom? Why? Here. I'm sorry, guys. Wait. Okay. Anyway, you can see it here. You can see it here. So who do we have for Inter? We have Onana in the goal, Darmian, De Vrij, Acerbi. So that means that you have Skriniar and Bastoni, two of their starters that are not there. With Darmian, instead of going a bit more on the wing, we can't see what you can see. You can see here. You should be able to see it. Guys, can you see or not? It's small, but who cares? I'm telling you. Onana, De Vrij, Acerbi, Darmian. So Darmian is normally a bit more on the wing. He will try to sacrifice himself a bit behind. Dumfries, Barella, Brozovic, Çalhanoğlu, Di Marco. Lukaku, Lautaro. It will be a big fight between Lukaku and Bremer. That will be a big fight. Lukaku, Bremer, they will be one-on-one. One-on-one. Then Lautaro, it depends, because Lautaro is choosing his position. He has much more freedom. So we have to pay attention on Gatti and Danilo. Danilo is one that is taking more the position when he's defending. When he needs to go up, it's when he has the ball on the feet. That's important, because Bremer is not a builder. Gatti is not a builder. It's Danilo that will build, not with long balls or changing, but carrying up the ball and simple passes on the left or to Locatelli. Locatelli will be crucial today if he wants to. He needs to. Not that much in the last final third, but in his zone to take that ball and take the job of Bremer, Gatti and Danilo. That is not really their job. Taking that ball and being actually the player that is doing it. But Soulé could potentially play on Çalhanoğlu. Or Brozovic, depending who is the first one that is taking the ball. We will understand a lot. That double Brozovic-Çalhanoğlu, it can be a stress. Who is not there for Inter is Bastoni, Skriniar and Gosens. There is that ballottaggio, that possibility of seeing Mkhitaryan instead of Brozovic. It's a 70% Brozovic, 30% Mkhitaryan. There is also the same 70% Lukaku, 30% Dzeko. For Juventus, the only ballottaggio doubt is Soulé Di Maria, but I believe that also with today, with the last test, I believe that it will be Soulé. Soulé starting. Then hopefully we can not only play them just to be there, but playing them with the intention of doing something. Look, here you can see that they go with Darmian, De Vrij, Acerbi, Di Marco, Canaloglu, Brozovic, Barella, Dumfries, Lukaku, Martinez is exactly the same in Tuttosport. Both teams are the same, with De Sciglio winning over Quadrado, look, Soulé winning over all the other ones. Who is not there for Juve, it's Alexandro, Bonucci, Miretti, Pogba. They forgot Milik. Anyway, Milik is not there. The one that are at risk are Moiskin, but he's not there. Rabiot and Alexandro, but Alexandro is not there. Rabiot having a yellow card, maybe for once could be a good one, because then we are playing Verona, always difficult, of course. But at least we take away that risk of suspension, because in April, I tell you, a lot of games needs to be played. Dumfries and Inzaghi are the one that are at risk yellow card. So voila, I told you. Kostic was the X factor. I already answered that. Joao Lombardi. Juve has been playing with 3 center backs and 3 center midfielders most of the season. I don't understand why people are still surprised themselves. Who is surprised? No, of course we will play with... No, this will be like that until the end of the season. The only possibility to see a change here would have been all players at disposal, at top form and top level, where you go towards a 4-3-3. But, Mikey, I hope we don't become too predictable and only trying to create chances on the left side with Kostic putting crosses into the box. I believe that's why I'm telling you, guy, a 1-1, a 0-0, it's not to be excluded today. I also tell you why. I believe that Napoli's winning. They were winning 1-0. Guys, Serie A is over. Serie A is over, not since today, but since long time. Let me check. 2-0. Goal of Kvaratskhelia. Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. 2-0. The game, the Serie A is over for the champion. Okay? If you are looking at the ranking and we say that we receive our 15 points, today we can go at 56. We can secure the top 2. Inter at -6 of Juve with 50 points. But Inter, they can catch Juventus at 53 if they win. Let's check who's behind, because today you know that we also have the Lazio-Roma derby, or Roma-Lazio. I believe it's Lazio-Roma. Lazio-Roma derby. So let me check a bit the ranking of Serie A. Here, view all tables. Here we go. With Inter at 50, Juventus at 53. Let's speak about the points that we made on the field. Lazio at 49, Milan 48, Roma 47. Atalanta already played. They won, they have 45. Milan, they played, they lost, they have 48. A draw is not a drama for both teams. I'm telling you how it is. Of course, I want to win. Of course, Juve wants to win. Of course, Inter wants to win. Everyone wants to win. But today, a draw, how the teams are watching it regarding the ranking, is not a drama. It's better a draw than a loss today for both teams. Because if Lazio wins, they go at 52, okay? Would be great for them. Juventus goes virtually, because I see already Steve in what he's writing and he's correct. But Juventus goes virtually at 54, Inter goes at 51. Everything is open in the top 4, with Milan out of top 4, because they are there at 48. They are still mathematically in that run, because you still have a lot of games to play, 11 games after that one. And that's why I'm telling you that a draw for both teams before the international break is not the worst. 3-0, by the way, Napoli. It's not the worst result for both teams. Knowing that you don't have Chiesa at disposal from the beginning, Di Maria, Miretti, that a lot of time was played in that role, I would not surprise if Inter in their home, they want to go with the vibes of the qualification of Champions League, with their supporters at home, they never lost. They want to go for it. While Juventus, knowing that away, they lost versus Milan, they lost big times versus Napoli, they lost versus Roma away in these big one-to-one clashes, and understanding that you don't have to take crazy risks. You don't have Alexandro, you have Gatti. Gatti will be a bit more prudent today when he's carrying the ball, or at least this is what we hope. So there are a lot of things that are telling us, attenzione, that game is set, that if we have a draw, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. As a supporter, as a tifoso, I don't care. I want to take all the risk on the world because I want to beat Inter. I want to beat Inter because that would be even more beautiful. You beat them, you go at virtually 56, you create the gap. You create the gap with all the other ones. The only one that could potentially be behind you is Lazio with 52, or Roma with 50, that is joining Inter at 50, and Lazio remains at 49. So you can potentially have, if you win today and Lazio loses, you can have potentially 6 points over the second, with 11 games to play, which is not bad, but we don't know. We have to wait the verdict. So Fiorentina is winning, if I'm not wrong. Fiorentina is winning 1-0 at the 55th minute. I still don't know who scored. Osimhen again, mamma mia. He was my captain of the team. I took him away. He's still there in my fantasy league, but I chose for another captain. I'm bad. Anyway, it is what it is. That's another story that we don't care. No, but guys, they are the best team in Serie A. They have a chance to do something in Europe. They are playing a fantastic football. They are doing everything how it needs to be. And on top of that, you take away from Napoli the stress of the game. In Serie A, they have no stress. What does it change? Today, they have 71. What does it change if they lose versus Torino today? What does it change? Nothing. They are, instead of plus 18, they will be at plus 15. You know, it doesn't change anything. On the other side, I agree with Ab. We have to play like this game like our lives depend on it. We don't know if we will receive our points back. I agree with you. But on the other hand, what does it mean? Playing as our lives depend on it. Going full power with your head like this and creating gaps. You know, Inter in counter-attack is quite strong as well. You have to pay attention. And they have an informed Lautaro Martinez, 14 goals already in this Serie A. Dusan Vlahovic found himself back versus Freiburg, but it was a penalty. Will he accept that it's a goal or not? Or we will still complain and be scared because he didn't score an open play goal? You see? Honestly, I hope they win Champions League 2. No. Oh, what do you mean 2? What do you mean 2? 2 like what? 2? Like me. I want Benfica. Forza Benfica. Forza Benfica. No. Guys, I tell you, it's not a criticism, Jose, or whatever. If, as a Juventino, you hope that Napoli, Milan, Inter are winning the Champions League, that means that you are not really aware of what Serie A means. You're not really aware. It's not a criticism. It means that you are living in your bubble alone as a Juventino, tranquillo. You love Juventus, but you have no knowledge about what is Serie A, what Serie A means, what is the rivalry between teams. That means that you don't care to be insulted from the morning until the evening by people that are mocking you every single minute because you are a thief, because without shame they take you away the minus 15. That's the unicum in the sport of football. In whatever league that you take mid-season 15 points from a team, and that you accept that Napoli, Milan, Inter, Lazio, Roma, Bologna, La Spezia, Venezia, that they are all happy and not even satisfied enough because they want to cancel your team from planet Earth. Then, if you are happy with that, okay. But that means that maybe you're not affected by it, or maybe that you don't see it, or you don't know about the cultural rivalry, about it's everyone against Juventus. I don't want them to win. I don't want them to win. For me, they need to be destroyed. Then, if they win, congratulations to them. As we always said, we said congratulations to Inter to win the Scudetto 2 years ago. We said congratulations to Milan to win the Scudetto last year. We will say congratulations to Napoli because on the field, it is totally deserved. Then, if you are speaking about on the field result in Serie A, Napoli deserve everything. If you're speaking about on the field in Champions League, at the moment they have a fantastic way. So congratulations to them. But no way. No, we will be insulted. Yeah, of course we will be insulted either way. If we can... Jose, Serie A will not receive a boost. I tell you, I will explain you. And then I want to come back on the Derby d'Italia, guys. Serie A will receive a boost. Serie A will receive a boost only if they are able to consistently achieve semi-final, quarter-final, semi-final, final, win it, semi-final. This is when Serie A will receive a boost. The long period. I don't believe that Liga de Portugal, they had the boost when Porto won the Champions League. I don't believe that the Greek football movement won something when they won Euro in 2004, I believe. I don't remember. I don't believe it. I sincerely don't believe it. I give you a recent example to put it in a frame to try to explain you a bit better. Milan was praised by everyone, speaking only about Italy. Praised by everyone. The best. They are playing fast. They are young. They did every single move perfectly. They deserve to win. They are strong. Whatever. Pioli is on fire. They won 1 year. Today they risk to be out of top 4. Inter, they won 1 year with Antonio Conte. Milan won the year after. Napoli is winning this year. Only the future will tell us if Napoli, yes or no, is consistently a big team. This year, without World Cup, with a perfect mercato, with everything that was for them, it's working. Let's see next year. Let's see in 3 years. And this is why I'm always angry with Juventini that are doing as if our 9 Scudetti in a row are that way. We are disrespecting what we did that is historical, my friends. We are disrespecting our successes. I'm not even speaking about the disaster moment that we are in, because we are in a disaster moment and criticism is correct. But we are even disrespecting the 9. We are making them so small. We are not even proud of them. We didn't even celebrate anymore when we were winning them, because it was normal to win them. And the other ones, they win one time. They win one time. But we are making them great. 9 in a row. You know how much levers exploded in Italy. It's important to understand that winning one time is really difficult. Winning is difficult and will always be difficult. But winning one time is accessible. Even for a Leicester. Winning 2 times is difficult. Winning 3 times more. Winning 4 times. Winning 5 times is legend. Winning 6 times, history. Winning 7 times, winning 8 times, heroes. Winning 9 times. Reflect about it. Think about it. Before praising a team, 2 teams, 3 teams, based on a moment. And making our team too small. It's true. It's true. De Laurentiis is like Levy at Spurs. He won't pay Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. Guys, we always said, attenzione, De Laurentiis is a smart... I don't like De Laurentiis. He's a really smart man. He knows how to do business. For me, it's not the president that I would love at my team, but he knows what he's doing. And this year, he made it work. He made it work. But of course, he will not go against his principles. Benfica, boom, boom. Everyone else can go kick rocks. That's for me. The same as Nirai, Arif. If Europe, it's either English team are strong or English teams are weak. Never credit to others. Yeah, but it's the same as in Italy. Yeah? Or Juventus wins because of the team that Conte gave to Allegri. Because there were no opponents. Because of that. Guys, no opponents. What are you speaking about? Napoli, before this season, it was their best ever season when they were competing with Juve. Roma, they did their best ever season in terms of points reached on the field when they were competing against Juve. What are we speaking about? There was no competition. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's just a lie. To make our victories looking smaller. I am angry today. I'm angry today because I have the stress of the derby. And I have the stress of the derby. Antonio agrees with me. Every year it was tough to win the league. It has always been. Once we started really in a disaster way in 16-7 or 15-16, we went to win it. It was hard, guys. It was really hard. The first year with Conte was extremely hard. Don't tell me that the first year with Conte it was an easy league. You want to see the team of Milan? Ibrahimovic at peak, not the old guy that is the oldest scorer in Serie A. Thiago Silva. They had fantastic players, guys. Seriously, Seriously. It was the first time that Ibrahimovic didn't win a league. The second year was difficult, 4 months without your main head coach on the bench. Look at the drama that they did, Roma, with Mourinho, to be on the bench against Juve. Do you remember? Undefeated in the first year. Okay, we also did a lot of drought, but we never lost record in Italy. One other team did that, except of Juve. The third year, 102 points. Allegri. Guys, I was watching. Juventus is top 5 team in the history of games played in Champions League. Top 5. In the top 4, there is no Inter, Milan, Napoli, whatever you want to. Top 5. What does that mean? If you are calculating, guys, with a Serie A B year where you are not participating, with the year after where you are not participating. So that means that 2 years were taken away from the best team that time. Vieira, Zambrotta, Cannavaro, Thuram, Buffon, Ibrahimovic at the top. He came from Ajax. By the way, yesterday I watched his documentary. The book that I read, I watched it. But you understand the sparkling eyes of Ibrahimovic when Mino Raiola is telling him Juventus is on you. Juventus of 2005, 2006, guys, 2004, 2005, I'm sorry. But that, they took us away. Well, with that, 220 games in Champions League, okay? What does that mean? That you have to think that when we were playing all these games, these 38 games like the other ones in Serie A, we were on top of that playing double competition, and we went every time quite far in the league, in the Champions League. Coppa Italia, how many games did we win? How many trophies did we win on top? So Juventus had an average, I can't tell you exactly, but they're an average per season of 48, 49 games, 47 games per season, while the other ones, a bit less. Guys, I'm not taking away from the other one. I'm just pissed off when we are making Juventus smaller, what Juventus reached smaller. And this is what is painful. Yes, we are now in a difficult moment, and it's not one season, it's 1, 2, 3. But guys, you know what? We are speaking about a Juventus in one of their historical, most difficult, awful of the history. We are second in Serie A. Which is a disaster for Juventus. Which is a disaster. Being so far away from Napoli, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a disaster. Some games that... But on top of that, we played and we are second on the field. Then if you tell me, but there was no competition for Juventus when we won in 9 times, why are you telling me that Napoli is maybe the strongest team ever in Serie A? Because I read these kind of statements. If you have no competition for one, Juventus, how is it possible with Napoli that was there, with Inter that sometimes was there, with Roma that sometimes was there, with Milan that was there in these 9 years? How is it possible that today Napoli has 71 points, including the game of today? There was 20 points different with the second, and that it's okay, it's all good. And that's why I want to win the Derby d'Italia today. This is why I want to win the Derby d'Italia. I'm fed up of all the history. I'm 41 years. It's 32 years that I'm hearing that we are thieves, that we rob. And then you go back and you watch some videos. Van der Sar that is going with his chest like that, taking it here with the chest like boom, and he's receiving a red card. I'm pissed off because my very first game that I saw live of Juventus was in 2004 in November. I went to the Giuseppe Meazza. I was there. First of all, the police was doing, what's the name of the bomb there with a peeper inside. My eyes were crying in November. I had a scarf like that. My eyes were crying. We win 1-0. We win 2-0. We were chanting the happy birthday to Roberto Mancini. That was the coach of Inter back in the time. And then 2-1, 2-2. There was another penalty that they didn't give to Juve. Strange things. I go home with a 2-2, my very first game. Years later, you hear from leaked phone calls that the referee was talking about that game with the management of Inter, saying Juventus already won a lot of time. They are up in the ranking. If you have to make one a bit more favorite, close an eye on the one that is behind. Inter. You hear them. I have the video. I have the leaked phone calls on my channel. One of the first video I put on. Calciopoli for Dummies. Go back and watch it. So many. Zaccaria. A few years ago. Supercoppa. Coppa Italia. Serie A of last year. We were robbed. I was angry. And you want me to support Inter for the movement of Serie A? This is what you are telling me? No, this evening we have to score. We have to win. We have to smash them. Will it happen? I don't know. I'm not sure. We don't have our team in optimal conditions. Chiesa, Vlahovic, Di Maria, none of them is at top form. Pogba is not there. We had it for 0 games this season. We have no changes. Guys, this is the reality. Alexandro, we are saying today that we are missing Alexandro. Cuadrado, that is playing good for 2 games, he's tired. He has to be on the bench. Even if there is an international break later. And that he could rest, well, he doesn't have the energy to play 90 minutes a la Cuadrado. This is the reality. That's why I want to win. I want to win this evening. I really want to win. Today I saw Juventini, and then I finish with my rant. Today I saw Juventini, content creators in Italian. So don't try to, in Italian content creator. I didn't watch the other ones, but I saw Italian content creators saying, I hope we lose versus Inter. That's what they were saying. Juventini saying, I hope we lose against this team. This is an insult on all the Juventini that are putting the heart, the passion every single day for Juve. This is an insult saying this. Why? Because we are supporting own ideas. It's not enough to make the victories, the history of Juve dirt on from the other ones, but we are putting in even more. It's not enough to do that. No, today, because we are supporting own ideas, because we don't like Allegri, we are scared that Allegri will finish top 4 and will be there next year. Well, we are supporting against. We are arriving not only and changing our profile pictures in Monza, Benevento, Cagliari, Bologna, Lazio, Freiburg, but we are also today changing towards the biggest enemy, to the ones that is insulting you since years. The ones that went on the field to celebrate a virtual Scudetto, the Scudetto di Cartone, with a white smoking representing being a virgin. We did do nothing wrong. We are saints. We are immaculate. Celebrating a virtual Scudetto where they finished third. Voila. If you were not motivated for the game of today, guys, I believe that now you are. I hope you are. Fake fans doing these for comments for attention. No, I saw other people doing it. The disgrace, they just support their own agenda. It was just a preseason friendly between the second teams. I always want to beat Inter. Yeah, but even on the PlayStation. We are number 2 this season. We can't drop points to teams behind us against teams that are weak. A sane person would not do that. Allegri got replaced when we won the league. It's true. Sarri as well. Huh? So you can replace someone when he was winning. You can continue with someone when he's not winning. So I don't know. Vlahovic will score. Forza Juve they did great hiding the telephone stuff for years. They did great. Yeah, of course. And then it was prescription. I don't know how you say in English. La prescrizione. Been on this channel for 3 years and this is the best rant ever, Beppe. No, Boyan. This is a game that I feel more than any. Okay, tell me in the chat, is there a game that you are feeling more than the Derby d'Italia? Inter, Juve, Inter, whatever. Is there a game that you are feeling more than that game? Let me know in the chat. Whatever. There is too much history. It was already a big game. Read about the history of that game that starts way earlier than 2006. 2006 was the small additional thing to make it even more fire. This is the game, Steve Cano. This is the game. Antonio, Juve Milan before I got to know the history. David Mirabella, I was in the stadium since then. It's like a crusade for me, you see? Sal, no, I always get fired up for this game. Sir, it's time. Would be nice if our friend It's Time is joining us for a few games. Corpo, just subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I hope that you are also putting a maximum of like because I can't check it. We have now 111. Not bad. 111 likes. We can do much more. I'm sure about it. I also need to check because today I would love to crush the 24,100. We missed 26. Can we do it or not? That's another question. Radovan, 4 months with us as a member. Ciao Beppe, ciao tutti. Juve runs Italy, Forza Juve. Thank you for your membership renewal. Signature of Radovan. Tinci, that's why it's called Derby of Italy. No, actually it's another story. Why it's called Derby d'Italia. Tinci. If you want to know, go and watch Calciopoli for Dummies. It's my video. Not my video. It's from a friend of me, Calo, that made that video in French, and he asked me, Beppe, can you dub it in English for the English people that can speak about it? So it's not my video, but I did the voice over on it, and it's a fantastic video. It's a really fantastic. For the people that watched it, guys, You can confirm, I believe. Possibly only a Champions League final is on the same level as a match against Inter for Mr. Juventino. But a Champions League final is, with a history of Champions League final loss from Juventus, we can say that the stress is starting also already 1 week before. The rivalry is impaired. Against Inter. It's different way, but I understand what you mean. I kind of agree with you. Guys, 180 games in Serie A against Inter. It's the game that has been played the most ever in Serie A against between two opponents. A few stats, if you want to know. A few stats, I can tell you. A few stats. Juventus won 86 times. We lost 48. We drew 45. We scored 257 times. We conceded 207. So it's traditionally also a game. If you are, guys, if you are doing the average 179 games played. I have to do like this, divided by... That's average 1.4 goals scored by Juve, 1.44, which is not bad. Which is not bad, but it's also not a 3 goals per game. In the home of Juve, of Inter drew 29 of their 89 games at home versus Juve. They won 36 times, they lost 24. So Inter, in their home, they have a better record. Because they won against Juve 36 times, they only lost 24. Only Milan, 30. Only versus Milan, they did more draws in their history at home. The last game in the Giuseppe Meazza between Inter and Juve finished 1-1. It was on the 24th October 2021 in Serie A. Of course, we are speaking about Serie A. It could be the first time that Juventus and Inter in the Giuseppe Meazza are drawing 2 games in a row since 2000 and 2002. Guys, I tell you, I'm scared about the draw. A 0-0 or a 1-1. That's since this morning. I will have to check out the video to learn something new. Oh, yeah, go, Tinci. Calciopoli for dummies. Beppe, why Di Maria is not starting? Benjamin, because we saw it. He didn't even enter. Luckily, we didn't need him versus Freiburg. You remember the game that he played where he was really on his knee? It was against Freiburg in our home. At the end, we were playing... A lot of people said we were playing with 10 men because Chiesa was injured and he was on one leg. No, it was with 9 men. With Di Maria, that was really in difficulty there for the last 15 minutes. He didn't play Sampdoria. He was there for Freiburg. We didn't use him, so we know it. Guys, we're speaking so greatly about Di Maria. Totally deserved, but we don't have to forget, even if today I would renew him, it's a player that you have to manage in terms of minutes, in terms of games, in terms of what game, which travel. Is 35, 36 nearly, so you have to pay attention to Di Maria. One thing Juve needs to do today is play physically tough. Last few matches against Inter, they played very physically and punched us around dirty. We need to be mentally prepared for this. I agree. Today, the one that is going with, I want to win this physical contrast, is winning probably the game. Limoncello Inzaghi and the Moncler jacket. I am praying for some good reffing. I really don't want to see any scandal today. Sal. The history of the derby is also the history of controversy. The history of the derby is also controversy. That's, guys, you like or you don't like, this is the derby. Has always been like that. And it will always be like that forever. Forever. Today we do a... watch along here on the channel. Pre-game and watch along here on the channel. So be there. It could be good. What is happening? Is there a Formula today? I didn't know. There is a Formula 1. Rabiot, man of the match. Can you give me a bit of your score predictions, or at least what you think will be the score today? 4-0 Napoli. Bad, it's over. Huh? Torino has already been difficult. Who scored? And Ndombele. Assist Kvaratskhelia. They are destroying them. Huh? I'm trying to understand what are the things that we have to pay attention for. Then I will read your comments. But I'm curious to see if Brozovic will start, one, or if it will be Mkhitaryan. That will be an important key. Mkhitaryan or Brozovic. That's one. You have to pay attention to set pieces. For Inter and for Juve. Because Juve, 15 goals from set pieces. Inter, 10. Excluding the penalties. Excluding penalties. So that can be, I told you, physically, that can be a key of the game for one or the two teams. They cross a lot. And probably that's why you have a De Sciglio that will play more defensively. So the crosses, pay attention. Dumfries on that side of the field. De Sciglio dropping to pay attention to the box, to the second post. Danilo going on his man, 4-man defense. And that would be a key. If we go with a 4-man, because Dumfries is going to cross, we have to pay attention then. It's an important one. Because if we go with 5, with Kostic going down, and then you have a problem. Then you can have a problem. And oh, guys, another one. I really hope Inter doesn't go to the goal as first. For multiple reasons. The first one is when we concede a goal, it's always difficult for Juve to win, even if it happened versus Torino and Sampdoria. You know it. It's difficult for Juve. But on top of that, we saw the performance of Inter in Champions League against Porto. They had to defend the 0-0. They defended it super Allegri ball way. It is what it is. So let me check the scores, guys, and then we will close and we'll see each other for the pregame. 1-2. 1-2. 1-0 with Chiesa, so that means for Juve. Would be beautiful. 2-1 for Juve for Ryan. David Mirabella, 1-1. F1 at 6. Okay. I will check the start instead of the start of Lazio Roma. 1-0 for Juve, 2-1 Juve. Ciao Ron. Marco Meola, 3-1 for Juve. Can be a beautiful score. 0-0 for Omar. Inter 1-3 Juve. Julian Dos Santos, 1-2 Danilo. Winner in last minute. Ooh, risky bold prediction. Marco JJ, 1-1, 2-2 for Steve Slick. Guys, if we have a Steve Slick that is going with a 2-2, that's already positive. That's already positive. That means that maybe we have a chance to win. Ferraz, 1-2. 2-1 for Juve with goal of Rabiot and Dusan Vlahovic. 2-1 if Inter steals as usual. I understand what you mean. 2-0 for Juve, 1-2 for Juve for Steve Cano. Bogdan, 0-1 with the goal of Chiesa. 0-0 for Joao Lombardi. 2-2 from Shanky. Inter 0, Super Juve 7. Mamma mia! We enter immediately in the record books. Even if the record against Inter, I love to repeat that one because it's a fact. It was a 9-1. And to be honest, if people are asking, Beppe, when did the real rivalry started against Inter? Well, it's from that time, before the 9-1 in that season. And we are speaking about the times of Boniperti. Why? Because there was, again, a scandal with referees, with points, with no points. It was already a scandal. And because Inter was pissed off, they decided to play in that last game with their youth team, and Juventus had no mercy because they've beat them 9-1 with, if I'm not wrong, 6 goals of Boniperti. That has always also been his last game of Juventus. But the rivalry, historical rivalry, is much longer and much more than the last one. 2-2 with gifts to Inter as usual for Lord Edza. What are our chances? I said it in the beginning, Edza, when you were not here that yet. I said my prediction is a boring 0-0 in beginning of the game. Soulé on one of the two, or Brozovic or Çalhanoğlu, depending what the task will be, depending also if Brozovic or Mkhitaryan will play. If it's Mkhitaryan, then Soulé on Çalhanoğlu. If they are the two, then Soulé on Brozovic. With an isolated Dusan, with Juventus that in non-possession is defending really solid with a lot of solidity and hoping to keep the 0-0 at least in terms of goals conceded for the first half, even the second half in the beginning. If we can score on set piece, great. I don't expect magic in the first 65, and then if we are still at that score, inserting players starting with Federico Chiesa for a Soulé, Quadrado for a De Sciglio, with a Juventus that will try to score that goal. That's what I believe that can be on paper. The only alternative or alternated reality that can happen is if a Fagioli is doing the man of the match today in the first half, meaning that Juventus has more possession than Inter, which I don't think it will happen. But if in that alternated reality we have a bit more possession and Fagioli can go a bit more up with the ball to have a partnership with Soulé, and they are able to link up with Dusan Vlahovic, then we can see something beautiful. Then we can see something really, really beautiful, guys. If this, then we see something beautiful. Then we see something beautiful. Jafar, and probably also the last message of the pre-game. I hope you enjoyed it, with a long rant, of course, as usual. I wish Juventus player can't see your live now before the game, so they are pumped up and see how important they can see your live. Well, thank you for the donation, Jafar. The only thing I can tell you, guys, I will not show you everything, of course. Oh, ragazzi. I can tell you that. So, this morning, a bit earlier, Matias Soulé, by the way, for the people from the Telegram group, and also here you have the greetings of Matias Soulé. But I can tell you, it's not that they don't see the live. Sometimes they see the live. But of course, not now. Now they are focused. Now they are focused on Inter Juve in Milano. So they are not watching YouTube. I hope not. No. Now they have a bit of free time before traveling to San Siro and then to the Giuseppe Meazza. Who knows? Free kick, Vlahovic. Mark my word for Serraz. Ciao after 6 months. Ciao, Boiti! Grande, welcome back. You don't need to flex on us that you are talking to Juve players. But not only the first team, guys. Not only the first team. Would be too easy, guys. That would be too easy. Too easy, guys. Too easy. Also the first team women. Guys. You know. I never flex. Guys, you can tell the truth, Julian Dos Santos, he knows me since really long. I never flex. Never. I'm always humble. I should flex a bit more. Ragazzi, anyway, Ullala, Uncle Sharma is there. We will not read too much of Uncle Sharma, also because I sent him a message last time and I wanted to explain him something and he didn't even answer. A reason more to beat Inter. A reason more to beat Inter. Because he didn't answer my WhatsApp message. a reason more. See you later, LGG. Ciao Bogdan. Ciao to Julian Dos Santos, Muhammad Juventus, Grande Beppe, merci pour le pregame. No, it was nice to do that pregame. I wanted to do a video this morning. Then I said, let's not do a video. Let's do FIFA. Did you see who saw the predicted FIFA? It was not a great one, huh? Who saw the score of the FIFA? No, Steve, I'm here. I will set up right after this one. I set it up. I will be here. Pre-game and watch along here on the channel, and post-game, of course. Huh? You saw it already. Yeah, it was a 0-0. Huh? It was a 0-0. But I think it will not be that different from the reality. But let's speak about it after the live. Ragazzi, it was fantastic. We see each other before the game, pre-game. We do watch along here on YouTube. We do post-game here on YouTube. Let's beat Inter. Let's win today. Grazie, forza.